All right, Shalom. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahushai being the true name of His beloved Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Double honors to our teachers, my teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us His truth, and salutations to all the sincere Akim throughout the four corners of the earth who are pushing this word out in truth and sincerity in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Now, the title of this lesson, I believe I'm going to title it is Stephen Hawking and Predestination. Okay, because as most of us already know, that Steve Hawking recently died, right? And everybody looks at this guy, Stephen Hawking, like he was such a great man, but in reality, he was just he's an Edomite, man. He was for a lack of a better word, a dumb Edomite, man. Okay, he wasn't a wise guy. He didn't have any wisdom, and really he didn't have any knowledge. Okay, and I mean that sincerely. Us here, starting with the apostles at Great Millstone, have a lot more knowledge and wisdom than this guy Stephen Hawking's. Okay, but I'm gonna prove it through the scriptures. But and this article I read, right? So my main focus is gonna be this. Let me pull it up. This because a lot of his quotes, a lot of people have been putting up his quotes on social medias and things like that. And I saw one that caught my eye, and this is what drove me to do this lesson. Stephen Hawking quote. There you go. Okay, here it is. Okay, so this is a quote by this guy Stephen Hawking, which reads, "I have noticed even people who claim everything is predestinated and that we can do nothing to change it look before they cross the road." All right, so he was being a smartass right here, right? Because who believes in predestination? People who believe in the Bible. And really, it's deeper than that. It's men who understand the scriptures. And we know that we're given the understanding of the scriptures, okay? Because you have a lot of so-called Christians and other people of other religions who say they believe in the Bible, but they don't believe in predestination. They still believe in free will, okay? But us here at Great Millstone, the men that have the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in them, we know that there is no such thing as free will, and we know that predestination is biblical. Okay, and I'm going to pull some scriptures out to prove it. But again, let's go through this quote. It says, "I have noticed even people who claim everything is predestinated or predestined and that we can do nothing to change it look before they cross the road." So this is kind of like a low blow. Okay, he's trying to say these people don't really believe in predestination, or predestination doesn't exist. Because if that's the case, why are they why do they look before they cross the road, right? It's kind of he thinks he cut somebody like that. He didn't cut nobody, man. Now we're gonna go into it, okay? But first, let's prove that predestination is biblical. All right. So first, I'm gonna look up the definition. Let's look up. Let's get a better understanding of this word predestinate. Predestinate, right? Okay, so it says predestinate, destined, fated, or determined beforehand. Okay, it's your fate, right? We all have a fate we have to live by. It's our fate. Everything we go through is our fate. It's determined beforehand. Okay, and that's exactly what predestination is. Where everything is determined beforehand. And yes, everything in this life is determined beforehand. Even this guy Stephen Hawking. Okay, it wasn't of his will to die at 76. It was the Most High's will. That's what the Most High destined for him beforehand. Okay, and it wasn't his free will to get that disease he had where he's looking all retarded. All right, that's called mashapatiyim, which is judgment. That's the Hebrew word for judgment, mashapatiyim. The Most High did that to him for a sin he either did early in his life or in his previous lives. All right, so it wasn't of his own free will to have that disease and to die. It was the Most High had that in store for him because that was predestinated. The Most High determined that it was going to happen to him before he was even created. Right? So that's, now that we have the understanding on this word predestinate, let's go into the scriptures. This is I'm going to start with the book of Ephesians. chapter 1, verse. I'm gonna start at verse 4. According as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world. So it says the Most High chose us before the foundation of the world. We know the world was created before men, right? So we were the elect. Right here, he's talking about the elect. And Lord's will, we are those men because we're doing everything that the elect should be doing. Okay, so according as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahushua to himself according to the good pleasure of his will. And that's the point, having predestinated us. Okay, so predestination is real. Okay, predestinate everything in this life, everybody's life is predestinated. Just like as it says here that the elect was predestined before the foundation of the world to be the elect and to follow the Lord, to be called back, to be called back by the Lord, to be chosen. It's also 2/3 of people of our own nation, 2/3 of our Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, to be destroyed. They are predestined for that destruction. Just like Stephen Hawking was predestined to have that disease, looking all retarded and handicapped, okay, and just as he was predestined to die at the age of 76, it wasn't of his own free will. It was predestined and ordained by the Heavenly Father. Okay, now another one real quick, just to back up this predestination in the scriptures. Here's Romans chapter 8, verse 28. I believe it's 28. Yeah, right. Here's Romans 8 and 28, which reads, "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High, to them who are the called according to his purpose. For whom he did foreknow," right? Foreknow, he foreknew us. He also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Right? So there we have two words. To foreknow, so he foreknew, and he also did predestinate. Okay, so the elect was predestinated. Okay, just like the 2/3 were predestined to be destroyed and wicked, the elect was predestined to be saved and to be righteous men. Okay, so let me make sure this is recording. Yeah, it's recording. I tried to do this lesson earlier, and Satan had it to where the recording didn't say, so I'm just making sure it's still on. Okay, so again, everybody is predestinated, right? This is the Most High's program. Okay, and now back to his quote, right? Back to his quote, where it says, "I have noticed even people who claim everything is predestined." So we already acknowledge that being predestined or predestination is biblical and it's real, and that we can't do nothing to change it. Yeah, you can't change it. Look before they cross, and we can do nothing to change it. Look before they cross the road. So he's saying people who even believe this look before they cross the road, and yeah, we do. I look both ways before I cross the road. Okay, I'm circumspect in my actions and my moves. I make sure I try to be aware of my surroundings. And why do we do that if everything is predestinated? Because you're not supposed to tempt the Lord. Okay, just like when Yahushua was tempted of the devil, what did he say? He said to pretty much jump off this cliff and the angels will have charge over you. And what did Yahushua answer him back with? He said, "Is it not written in the law that thou shalt not tempt the Lord?" So if you just blindly cross the street, or you're moving without being circumspect, you're tempting the Lord. Okay, that's what you're doing. So that's why we got to look before we cross the road. Now, let me get that in the law. Let's get the law. Wrong one. This is Deuteronomy 8. I believe it's 16. No, it's lucky it's not. I believe it's 6. Deuteronomy 6 and 16. Yeah, okay. This is Deuteronomy 6 and 16. "Ye shall not tempt the Lord your power as ye tempted him in Massah." So that's the point. Ye shall not tempt the Lord. Okay, that's why we're circumspect in our actions And that's why we look before we cross the road, because that's not. If you do it blindly without looking, you're just tempting the Lord. You're asking to get hurt, even though the elect is predestined to be saved. Some of them, okay, because some of the elect will have to die here. But my point being is, you don't tempt the Lord in your everyday life, man. Okay, you got to be circumspect. The Lord said to be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. Man, what do serpents do, man? They move accordingly. They watch and then they move, you know? So that's why we do that. Okay, so his whole quote just shows what a moron this guy Stephen Hawking really was, man. Okay? I have noticed even people who claim everything is predestined and that we can do nothing to change it look before they cross the road. All right, so this guy has no understanding of the scriptures. Yet he wants to act like he's trying to make a low blow, you know, trying to say people who believe in predestination, they really don't, because they look before they cross the road. Man, this guy just doesn't know the Lord. He doesn't know the scriptures, and that's expected of him, because he's an Edomite. Okay, an Edomite, which is the so-called that's the wicked nation according to the Bible, who they are these so-called white people, Caucasians. All right, now I'm gonna go into this article, right, on RT. Where's it at? Okay, so here goes. So earlier I said Stephen Hawking is really he there is no knowledge in this guy, even though people look at him like he's so great and he had so much knowledge and he was so intelligent, right? He wasn't. Renowned British, because you can find many videos of him where he doesn't believe in the Most High. He said he doesn't believe in heaven or hell or an afterlife. Okay, so we know that heaven and hell don't exist as in how the people see it today, as a place where you burn for eternity. But we do know that heaven and hell are conditions played out on earth. Okay, but now continuing, right? I'm just gonna read this first. I'm gonna skim through this. Renowned British scientist Stephen Hawking, known for his breakthrough ideas in theoretical physics and space research. He died at the age of 76, his family says, right? It says theoretical physics. Now, this guy does not believe in the Most High, but he said he has a breakthrough in theoretical physics, which what stands out to me there is theoretical, right? Theo, meaning God, the Most High. So everything in this world revolves around the Most High, man. Many words stem from the Hebrew, or they all revolve around things to do with the scriptures, man. So, okay, so the Most High is not real, but everything, even this language, is revolved around the Most High, man. Theoretical physics, okay? Right? Now, I'm going to jump down to... I'll read this one. The world-famous astrophysicist has been battling amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, a debilitating neurological condition, for over half a century. Now, if there was no predestination, why is he like this? Okay, why couldn't he heal himself with all this knowledge and wisdom he has? Okay, because he really doesn't have any knowledge and wisdom, and ultimately it was predestined for him to be like this. All right, I'm gonna jump down. At the age of 20, he graduated with first-class honors in natural science at Oxford University College, and shortly after began his graduate work in cosmology at Trinity Hall, Cambridge. Right, so it says he studied astrology and things about the cosmos and black holes and things of that sort. But what does Jeremiah 10 tell us? It says, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, man. Okay, and that has to do with the chariots, with the stars, these cosmos, because it says why? Because the heathen are dismayed at him. So that right there proves that he's an Edomite, man. He's a heathen. He's dismayed at these things. And all he can do is come up with theories, which a theory is nothing but a guess. All right, it's just a fancy word for guess. That's what a theory is. So this guy's just making guesses, and all his guesses are wrong. And we're going to continue reading and see things that he said, right? And we're gonna debunk him with the scriptures. Now, okay, I'm gonna go down to, this paragraph right here says Hawking believed in the colonization of Mars, arguing that the Earth is becoming too small for us, which is bullshit. All right, this Earth is big for everyone here, and will soon be unable to sustain human life. Yeah, and why is that? That's because the so-called white man, the damn devil, is pumping all the natural resources out of this earth. Okay, he's sucking it. He's taking the oil out. He's taking all the natural minerals and resources. He's polluting the air, polluting the water. That's why it wouldn't be able to sustain, because of this damn devil. He said people will eventually master space travel beyond the solar system. All right, now that's how we know this guy's a full of shit, man. He said people will eventually master space travel beyond the solar system. Now, if you know anything, you know that that is bullshit, okay? Because the so-called moon landing was all bullshit. You cannot go to the moon, not in these bodies. Paul spoke about us having terrestrial bodies. And that's what everybody on Earth here has, terrestrial bodies. We cannot go into space. You have what's called I think it's the radiation belt, the Van Allen belt, which you cannot pass. That's why the Russians never went to the moon. Okay, and that's why these so-called the USA, these Edomites, they never went to the moon, man. That was all filmed on a Hollywood set. Okay, you can't pass that Van Allen belt. It's not possible. You need a celestial body to go into space. And this is why I say this guy doesn't know anything. He doesn't have any wisdom. He didn't have any wisdom, or he didn't have any knowledge. And we do, starting with the apostles of Great Millstone. You know, and that's a blessing, because our people look up to a guy like this, you know. He's retarded and handicapped, but our people look up to him. He's so wise, right? But he's here talking about space travel when that's not even physically possible. Okay? Now, again, he said people will eventually master space travel beyond the solar system, and even this generation could manage to send a probe to Alpha Centauri, the nearest star system to Earth. Okay, despite having multiple... Well, let me skip that, or I'll read it. Despite having multiple health problems and being almost completely paralyzed, Hawkins, who had studied black holes and theories of gravity throughout his life... See, all he's studying is theories, man. No facts here. The facts are in the scriptures. Did not give up on his dream to travel in space. Well, his dream never came true because he didn't travel in space, all right? Most High killed his ass. He was predestined to die. The same thing he did not believe in. Let me read. Let me see. Okay, I'll read this one here, and I'll end it with this. Hawking also predicted we will be superseded by a powerful artificial intelligence, AI, if the progress in robotic research and development continues at a steady pace, which is pretty... Just watch Terminator. That's what he's talking about, smart robots, right? Which Esau is making these robots. He's making killer robots, what you call super soldiers. They have... these machines to kill people during war times, right? Or they feed off of human blood. So Esau is making these robots, you know, with artificial intelligence, but they're never gonna surpass humans. And why is that? Because we know the scriptures, and what do the scriptures say? That the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess it forever and ever. Not these damn robots, man. The saints, chasad yadim in the Hebrew, which is the Israelites, man. We're going to take the kingdom, not no damn AI robots. So that's how retarded this guy is, man. Okay, now Esau is trying to do that and trying to get these robots to be smarter than us and stronger than us. Okay, that's all one part of his New World Order. Now, I'm going to get that in the scriptures. This is Job, chapter 5, verse 12, which reads... He disappointeth the devices of the crafty. Who's the crafty? The so-called white man, Esau. So that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And what's their enterprise? Is this New World Order. Okay? So he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. So the Most High is going to take these Edomites. Okay? He's not going to let them fulfill their New World Order. It's not going to happen. Why? Because the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess it forever and ever. All right? Now back to the article. You know, I'll end it on that. That's all I wanted to bring out, showing that this guy, Stephen Hawking, he really didn't have no wisdom. He didn't have no knowledge, man. He's talking about traveling the space system, which we know through the scriptures is not possible in this terrestrial bodies. He's talking about artificial intelligence surpassing humans, which we know it's not going to happen, man. All right, so this guy doesn't know a damn thing, and he hasn't done a damn thing. All he's been studying is theories, which is somebody's guess. All he's got is theories, which is guesses. That's all he has. And he didn't believe in predestination, and he constantly said he didn't believe in the Most High. Okay, when he doesn't know anything, man. He's talking about before, what happened before the earth was created. He wasn't even around, man. All right, we were. If we're part of the elect, we were around. So in the spirit, we know. We may not have remembrance of the former things, but guess what? Our spirit knows, man. That's why we wholeheartedly believe in this truth. When we read the scriptures tell us that the elect formed this earth with Yahweh Shai, man. When you read Genesis 1:1, the word there for God is Alachayim, which is talking about the powers. Yahweh Shai and the elect, they created this earth, man. So through the spirit, we know this guy is full of shit, or was full of shit, because he's dead. Most High killed him. All right, he didn't believe in the Most High, which is expected. Like I said, he's an Edomite. But guess what? He believes in the Most High now. He's in the spirit world, man. All right, but like I said, this guy doesn't know anything. But our people want to look up to this Edomite in a suit and wheelchair, and thinks he has all the answers, man. He doesn't know a damn thing. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai, we got the answers, and we got the truth. We know what's out there. We know the Lord said He has many mansions prepared for us. And we know that's talking about outside in the cosmos and in the different worlds. Cosmos, you know. But that's all I wanted to bring out. You know, Lord willing, this was edifying. Predestination is in the scriptures, and it's true. Okay, again, Lord's will, it was edifying. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles of great millstones, and salutations to all the sincere Akim pushing out this truth in the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Until the next time, I'm going to say Shalom.